Okay, so I know my channel at this point is mostly cartoon reviews, and while I don't plan to stop doing them, at least I don't plan to yet, or anytime soon, basically, at this point I want my channel to be a general nerd stuff kind of thing, for the time being anyway. If one thing grabs the audience over the rest, then I might focus on that, and so far, that's been the cartoons. But I also don't want to burn out on making videos, and I just want to have fun. I love gaming, and I love cartoons, so... Hello all of you fire and water types. This list is only for Gen 1 Pokemon. This obviously isn't objective, and there will be no legendaries, as that seems a bit unfair to include with regular Pokemon when the games themselves make such a big deal over the legendaries. Got it? Let's go! Pikachu and Eevee! Pokemon video, so cheesy joke. The only trade evolution on this list, Alakazam is the first Pokemon I think of when I think about the psychic typing. Well, along with another Pokemon from a different generation, but we'll get to that. I haven't ever used Alakazam in a Kanto game, but I have a ton in various other games from the franchise. The reason it's low on the list is because while I love actually using it and think it has a pretty great design, it's holding spoons, and I don't really like it if a Pokemon is holding an object or if it's wearing human clothes. My doggo, my pupper, my best friend, is a Border Collie, and Ninetales reminds me of her, to the point where I named my Ninetales in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee after her. While not the strongest member of my team by a long mile, Ninetales was the Pokemon I'd always have following me. This is a basic design for a Pokemon, but these basic looking designs, but with a bit of a unique twist to make it not look like a flat out real animal, they tend to be the designs I really like. Spoilers, while technically the starter I like the least this generation, I still love Venusaur. It does have the advantage of me picking it sometimes because this, spoiler alert, is the only grass type on this list. Grass type is just plant type, and this Pokemon goes from bulb to a fully exposed flower, which in my eyes is the perfect and most blatant, weird way Pokemon handles evolution, where more immediate changes are classed as evolution. It also makes it a dinosaur, probably one of the top creatures people think of when evolution is mentioned. This takes something often considered innocent and sweet like a flower, and mixes it with something badass like a dinosaur, and I love the combo of Pokemon that blends loving with badass. Blastoise is the Gen 1 starter I have picked the least, despite loving it. This is because not only is it not my favourite starter from this generation, but it's not even my favourite water type from this generation. So despite the badass cannons, the typing being the most common in the game, and it not being my favourites of that type, and having to compete with the other two starters, it means I don't pick it a ton. I'm sure there's someone out there that hates Lapras's guts for some reason, but Lapras feels like one of those Pokemon that almost everybody loves, and it's no wonder why. Lapras is a gorgeous creature, and is Pokemon's Nessie. This big thing is something I would love to cuddle with. It is also consistently a part of my team going through Kanto. I tend to be a bigger fan of normal type Pokemon than most, and Snorlax has always been a favourite of mine. While it does tend to be a bit of a nightmare to catch, it always feels worth it to me. It takes hits like a tank, and delivers hits like a tank. Being a normal type, it doesn't have weaknesses other than fighting, and even if it gets hit by a fighting type move, good luck taking this thing down in one hit. Is bulky as hell. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go look around for a life-size Snorlax teddy to cuddle with. My go-to water-type Pokemon of the generation, this thing is so reliable to me. It can take hits like a champ, and is usually sent out to help me heal the rest of my team, then itself, and then blast my opponent straight to hell. The most majestic looking evolution in my eyes, and probably the one I'd own if it was a real creature. It looks like it would just be the friendliest Pokemon, and I think it's one of the prettiest of all time too. Charizard is such a weird Pokemon. It's always getting special treatment from Game Freak, and while I dislike that, it's not going to make me dislike this Pokemon, especially when all of its alternate forms to me are admittedly great. It's a Pokemon at this point I hear more people being sick of because of people loving it, than I actually hear about people loving it. Well, I love it. I am biased towards fire starters, and this line I love because of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. I also loved Ash's in the anime, but that's because it never listened to him. Also, the Magmar fight was amazing. It's just an all-around great designed starter, dragon that isn't a dragon, fire type, flying type, and just Pokemon. I love this thing, but I would like for some other Pokemon to start getting the spotlight over it. At least give the same treatment to the other starters from this generation. Spoiler alert! No, this isn't a spoiler. I don't always use this Pokemon as it tends to be exclusive to one version over the other. I fully believe if this Pokemon was more common, and I could have used it more as a child, then it would have had a good chance of being my all-time favourite Pokemon. Look, I'm a big dog lover, so of course I would love this Pokemon. It combines fire type and dogs. That's badass. And rather than make it look fire type by having it on fire, it instead just uses a colour palette that instantly tells you it's fire type. Or it should be fire type anyway. Which it is. I want to give a quick shout out to both Gengar and Machamp. The reason they didn't make it is because I barely used either of them. Also, Machamp is wearing clothes or has clothing-like features, which isn't a thing I'm a massive fan of. Gengar counts as number 11. I love most of Gen 1, and Nidoking, Poliwrath, and a bunch of others were considered for this list too. I'm gonna cheat a bit here and include both. I've always adored these Pokemon. Sandshrew is such an adorable Pokemon. When I was little I had this small Sandshrew toy, and I still have it and love it. I also love the episode of the anime with Sandshrew because of the Sandshrew. Sandslash is still cute, but is also so tough looking. It kinda looks like a cool middle evolution of a Pokemon, but instead of evolving, it stays in that cool middle stage of cute and brave looking. To put it simply, this is just what I like in a Pokemon, and has some of the best balance of those features in the series, in my opinion. I know my list here isn't exactly a typical one, but I hope that at least made it stand out more from other YouTubers, and allowed my video to stand on its own ground. That's all for this video anyways. Tell me your favourite Gen 1 Pokemon, and why. The why is important. And until next time, bye I guess.